major difference between the unit mind and the cosmic mind is that whatever the unit mind imagines is only transformed into action on certain occasions. The external projection of the unit mind is only possible when it is fully concentrated. But for the cosmic mind, nothing is external. This entire universe is within his mind. The cosmic thought waves appear to be something external for us. The macropsychic thought waves are his Svadhyaya flow. Likewise, for externalization, various waves emanate from the unit mind. In the first case, the psychic waves are the Svadhyaya of Paramapurusha, but mental waves, created by various thoughts, are the Svadhyaya of microcosms. Microcosms differ from one another due to the differences in their individual flows. All microcosms want to move according to their own individual flows. They endeavor to direct their internal thoughts and actions according to their individual flows. That is why the thoughts, actions, and lifestyles of microcosms are so diverse. When you walk along a road, a cobbler looks at your feet, a washerman looks at your clothes, and a barber looks at your head. The difference in their outlooks is due to the difference in their individual flows. All microcosms create their own individual flows in adjustment with the macrocosmic flow. Hence the individual flow of every microcosm is directly controlled by Paramapurusha. I have often said that Paramapurusha is not guided by your intellect or desires, but moves according to his own wishes. You will never have any opportunity to question him. You will have to move around him, whether you like it or not. If your individual flow does not maintain an adjustment with the macrocosmic flow, your longings will never be fulfilled. Everyone longs to attain so much, but only attains a fraction of what is desired. If one's longings are not in perfect adjustment with the cosmic waves, one can never attain success. Kihabe ichai ichate kihai, Krishna icha vina falena. Does individual desire have any value? Without the approval of the Supreme Entity, nothing can succeed. You wish to attain something, but your desire is not approved by the Supreme Entity. Then you will not attain success in your mission. This is the second factor, Rasa Tattva of Bhagavata Dharma. What is Rasa Tattva? When human beings are in deep love with Paramapurusha, they begin to know his nature and follow his will accordingly. Such individuals become invincible and victorious in the world. Most people are overwhelmed by his greatness, but sadhakas know the secret of becoming great. Thus the basic spirit of rasa sadhana is to direct one's individual desires and longings towards Paramapurusha. Only in this way can a sadhaka achieve fulfillment, riddhi, and success, siddhi. In the scriptures this has been called rasa lila. Created beings will have to move according to the cosmic will. There is no other way. Learning, intellect, and personal status becomes meaningless unless they are directed towards Paramapurusha. After realizing the supreme truth, intelligent people start moving according to Paramapurusha's desire, saying, O Paramapurusha, I have nothing to ask of you, that I will be fulfilled, I have nothing else. The third characteristic of Bhagavata Dharma is selfless service, seva. When you offer something to a person and expect to receive something in return, it is a sort of commercial transaction. But when you have no desire to receive anything in return for services rendered, it is called true service. And here lies the basic difference between true service and commercial transactions. You might have seen newspaper advertisements in which a certain company says it has been rendering service to the people over a long period of time, but the question is, can any commercial intuition truly serve the people? Are they not merely involved in a commercial transaction of one form or other? Service can be of two types, internal and external. This entire universe is the expression of the greatness of Paramapurusha, and therefore whatever a person does for a particular living being is as good as rendering service to Paramapurusha. Wherever you are and whatever you may be, whether you are leading a family life or the life of a recluse, you need to serve all created beings, for they are the veritable expression of the Supreme Entity. While serving living beings, one should never allow a feeling of vanity to develop. One should always remember that one is serving Paramapurusha and none other. Had Paramapurusha not come in your contact in the form of living beings, you would not have an opportunity to serve him. He comes to you as a sick person or as a beggar to solicit your assistance. Naturally, you are more grateful than the person you serve, because Paramapurusha has given you the opportunity to serve him. Thus everyone should render external service. Japa, Kriya and Dhyana should also be practiced with the ideation that one is serving Paramapurusha. This is internal service. If this is done, one will achieve intense psychic concentration. Right. Of course, one must serve without expecting any reward in return. If the spirit of service is fully awakened during Japa Kriya, one will attain everything. A service-minded sadhaka can attain liberation merely by repeating Naina mantra. But a yogi who performs higher spiritual practices will attain nothing in the spiritual sphere if he or she shuns service. If internal service is not rendered properly, true external service becomes impossible. Hence it has been said, Atma Mokshartam Jagaditesha. Individual salvation is also service to humanity. Internal service, Atma Mokshartam, leads to fulfillment or immortality. External service, Jagaditesha, leads to universal welfare. Thus both internal and external services have equal importance. External service purifies the mind, and with a pure mind one is more capable of rendering service to one's Ishta. Every sadhaka should render both types of service. The mind thinks it creates micropsychic waves. The merger of micropsychic waves into macropsychic waves is a natural process. This merger is possible for every human being in the rendering of external and internal service. Thus Bhagavata Dharma is a social dharma, a human dharma, that easily can be followed by all, whether people are aware of it or not. All are moving towards the nucleus of Bhagavata Dharma. Everyone's individual journey ultimately terminates in Paramapurusha, just as the earth is moving around the sun and the moon around the earth. Similarly, every individual human being is moving around Paramapurusha. Your sadhana is nothing but an attempt to reduce the distance between yourself and Paramapurusha. One's nerve cells, glands and sub-glands are creating according to one's individual flow. In fact, various structures are created based on this individual flow. The various thought waves of the mind are all identified with individual flows. All microcosms, knowingly or unknowingly, are rotating around the nucleus of the cosmic cycle. No one is separated from the Supreme Entity. Living beings attain different physical bodies according to their respective psychic waves, and with their individual minds and bodies they move around the cosmic cycle. This movement continues as long as they feel that they are separated from Paramapurusha. But as soon as the tiny drop finds the vast ocean, it automatically merges in that ocean. The distance between the two is removed, and there remains no separate existence for either. The two become one. But until that final union is achieved, unit beings will have to move like bullocks trudging around the oil mill. When sadhakas establish themselves in Bhagavata Dharma by virtue of Vishtara, Rasa and Seva, the journey comes to an end. They become one with the nucleus, one with Paramapurusha. At that stage they realize the secret of the divine sport of Paramapurusha. This is the true Dharma of human beings, Bhagavata Dharma. In the Gita, Lord Krishna said that to pursue one's own dharma is the best and safest path, whereas the pursuit of others' dharma is extremely dangerous. The endeavor to satisfy physical needs is common to both humans and animals, but this endeavor alone does not lead to supreme welfare. Rather, if people become totally engrossed in gratifying their crude desires, they will most probably become extremely crude. Hence, although Bhagavata Dharma is human dharma, and is a somewhat difficult path, people should follow this path, not the path of animal dharma. If they follow animal dharma, their rapid degeneration is inevitable. One should remember that here dharma does not refer to any particular religion. These religions have nothing to do with one's svadharma, with the pursuit of one's innate characteristics. Unfortunately, this is how the Gita has been misinterpreted by a section of the people. The dharma of all human beings is one and indivisible, and that dharma is Bhagavata Dharma. Establish yourself in that dharma and your victory is assured. 30th of December 1966, DMC, Jamalpur.